And I
Okay.
Northern Lights Rewind.
Northern Lights Rewind. Okay, welcome back to the Northern Lights Rewind, where I'm joined with a lot of new faces who haven't yet to be on the podcast and a couple old ones. We have Styles, our beer king, our in all the DRs and the one-on-ones king. We have Cesar, who has the luscious locks and is also here. And we have Kate, who this is her first time here. Welcome, Kate.
Hi.
And we have Kelsey, my season 1 sister, who I sent home.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Hi.
So we are
Okay,
here.
I mean,
We
you
just had an HOH. We have like 5 people who went home since our last podcast. So we have a lot to go over. So we're just going to go through and we're going to say, are these players playing better, worse, or the same than they were when we last chatted? And then we'll get into the 5 people who went home, maybe what went wrong with their games. So let's start off with our outgoing HOH, Alejandro. Styles, catch us up to speed and give us your thoughts on his game right now.
So last week, Alejandro got a fat 2. Right now, he's got a little bit nicer 3 on the board. And he, in so many scenarios, should have gone home, but the veto results have played out for him a couple times. Jason and Brandy had 1 power veto last week, and then he comes out and wins HOH. He goes after Mason, Joanna, and Arissa. It's like debatable if those are the best nominees. Like, they didn't put him up. People put him on the block, and those people were safe, and that was like a little bit weird, and I didn't really understand that 100%. And I think the biggest threat to his game is Mason, and he stayed. So I do have some worries about that. I have some worries about just everything when it comes to Alejandro. I mean, any week he could just go home. Like, it just could happen. It could happen this week. It's very likely that it could happen this week. He kept Katie safe, and that could benefit him a lot. Potentially. Like, there's a chance. But Katie just won HOH, and he might be in some trouble. If he's on the block, I feel like facing a vote, it's so probable that they just send him home, depending on who he's against. It depends, because like they could see Jason as a bigger threat, but in this format, what we're doing, I think he's in a lot of danger.
So would you say better, worse, or the same?
He got to people to pull him down twice in a row. I mean, that's just impressive work. Obviously, it takes some luck, but to have relationships that they're willing to put their life on the line for you and put their reputation in the house on the line is very impressive. So he goes up for me like a little bit, but it's like where does he go? You know what I mean? That's where the issue is. Like, it was impressive, but how long is this streak gonna last?
Cesar, give all of your thoughts.
Yeah, so disregard what I sent you because Styles did have some good points, so I'm gonna deduct 1 point from mine. So I'm gonna give him a 5. I gave him a 6. All right, so he did go up for me, but I'm gonna give him a 5 because I forgot that his nominees. I do think his HOH was kind of floppish to a point. I don't think he's playing his game. I think he's playing Jason's game, which is not that good for his game, right? Like, he wanted to go after Daily, Jason convinced him not to do it. And then like he has his duel with Cody or whatever, and Cody's being good to him or whatever, and Cody was about to get back to it because Jason wants him gone.
Yeah, what was that? I could not believe that.
So I don't think he's playing. I think he's playing. And then at one point I asked him, no, you know what? I'm not going to mention anything because I don't want this. I asked him anyhow, so what happened to Cody or whatever? And I didn't like his answer that he gave me. He's like, oh, it's this over that or whatever. But when in reality, that's exactly what he's doing because that's what he's trying to do with Jason. So, I don't know. But I do have to give him points because people keep saving him. So that's something to say. I mean, I do not know, and I do not think he's gonna be nominated this week because Katie just said she wants Brandy and Kristen out because she doesn't think they'll vote for her or whatever. So I think he might skate by this week again. And I think it's a shield.
Like, in general, he's in a position where if there's a vote to save and he's facing it, he is going home. But I can see it once we get out, if we have like single evictions, I don't think any HOH, unless they're like kind of in a position like Daily where they don't have a lot of options, where they're just not going to want to waste a week on him.
So,
And I think he could get by just by people not wanting to waste their HOH weeks on there.
so let me ask you a question. All right.
Yeah.
Why would he go home? Who's gonna vote him out other than Daly and Mason? Remember, they just lost numbers.
Right. No, I'm not saying a vote to like a vote to like if it's like a double where it's like a vote to save. I don't see people going out of their way to vote to save him.
I see Jason voting to keep him. To save him.
Yes,
I
Jason
see
and Brandy.
Cody right
but
now.
I
see
don't think
Cody
it'll be
right-
like a big group of people.
I think Cody right now will save him. I think Aaron could save him right now. I think he has quite a few numbers that would save him over the other ones,
That's
especially if
fair.
he's next to Kristen and Brandy, who don't talk to them. And I mean,
Yeah.
Jason's gonna do what's best for his game. Yeah, he may
Oh,
be
100%.
even though
Um,
he may be like super close to Brandy or whatever, he's gonna know the vote isn't there, so he might as well save his buddy. That's gonna do everything for him. So
It all depends on who he ends up against. you know,
correct. Yeah, I agree.
because dynamics change because I think like with the week that just passed, like either of the two nominees could have potentially stayed if they were against different people.
Because
He might go up against Jason though. That's the one worry. And if he's up against Jason, he might be
If he's
in
against Jason, I think he goes.
right, and I think
Jason's
in
got
this
connections to the
situation,
Daily side.
I think in this situation, Mason is the one that can get in her ear and try to make him do what I want, which is entertainment. I don't want it Kristen and what is it, Kristen and Brandy.
And Brandy, yeah.
No, that's like
Surprised no one's taken that shot yet. Like nominating both Jason.
It's a pretty
and
smart
Noah.
move for Katie, but it's not the
it's
most
a smart
entertaining.
move for Katie, 100%.
Yeah.
100, because then that means next week when Daly wins, he's not gonna put her up. When Alejandro wins, he's not gonna put her up. I mean, it's actually very smart for her, but it's not entertainment for me. It's like,
Yeah.
Kelsey, what are your Alejandro thoughts and opinions?
He's very chaotic for sure. I'm not gonna be too negative for sure. I mean, he's definitely doing something right, and I think it drives me insane because he's definitely one of those that I'm just like, oh my God, how are you doing this? But he's doing it. And yeah, he's definitely entertaining for sure.
I was not his biggest fan. I'll let you know right now. And he can watch this later on. I was not his biggest fan. And now I'm actually Team Alejandro, but I just don't want him to listen to Jason because Jason's tanking him.
I agree. I feel like I agree with what someone else had said earlier, where I feel like he's playing Jason's game. I do not feel like he's playing his own game. However, he is doing an excellent job at playing Jason's game for Jason.
Yeah, 100%.
So do we think he's playing better overall than last time? We were very
Yeah.
low on him.
Hell yeah. He was a 2 for me
Absolutely.
last week.
On that
He was
note-
a 2.
He's
On
still
that
at 3.
note-
That's not much better.
Yeah,
Right,
but
but on that note, it doesn't mean that he's 100% safe. No, his threat level is through the roof. I'm just saying,
yeah. That's the
because
word.
his threat level is through the roof, he may be safe.
Right.
That's
I think
all.
if he can make jury, people are going to see him as the type it's like, oh, he has no jury management whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm worried about that with him. That's why he's so low, because that matters to me a lot.
Well, and we
How is that
started-
guy getting
So
a
why
jury
did he
vote?
not?
To
So
get
why did
further,
he
because
not?
people are like, oh, he's never going to get votes at the end. They're going to continue to be like, why should I waste a week with him? I should get
Exactly.
right.
Yeah.
He's actually a contender to win the game.
Well,
So,
we're going to be
Yeah.
a jury next week, so like,
Yeah.
Yeah. His
okay,
win
so-
equity is just in the drain.
So
for
he
me.
just has to really make it this week, and then
He could go far, but not.
Friday we'll find out. Friday we'll find out who's in jury.
yeah.
Yeah.
So up next we have Brandy, who apparently is in a little bit of danger of going up. Styles, why don't you start us off?
It's pretty much the same as last week. I think I gave her the same rating. I'm pretty sure she's just a 4. She's just slightly below average. She's on the wrong side of the numbers, the 2 sides of the house. She's on the side with lesser numbers. She's potentially a target this week. She's not as active socially as I would probably want her to be if I was like putting my chips on her or something like that. She doesn't. I mean, she has some good relationships, and it's like if Alejandro's competing in Power Veto, why wouldn't? And he's very likely to win. Why wouldn't he pull her down? Like, she has some outs this week, especially if it's like Brandy and Kristen on the block. Like, she has some plays, but I do worry about her, and I just kind of worry about her long-term position too, because Like, how does she get to the end? Because she's not in the numbers with a bunch of people that are,
I
actively tanking their own games.
I gave her the same as last week as well. Which is not bad. It's a 6. But honestly, I feel like I should go down 1. I just did this last minute, so but I guess it didn't really matter. But I should, you know what? I'm gonna go to a 5 this time. I think I've lost her somewhere. I'm not really sure what she's doing right now. I mean, I know what she's doing, but it's not like I don't know if strategically that's what
The right move, yeah.
the right move. So I think she's going with the people that she likes, which is Brand. Like saving Alejandro was not the move for her at all.
You don't think so? Who else she have though? You know what I mean? Like, what else she have?
No, I'm talking about like exposing where she's at. That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, but I mean, for her, I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what to say about Brandy. Go ahead, Kate. I don't know what to say about it.
I don't know what to really say about Brandy either. Like, I feel like she's kind of a little bit on the lower half of everything going on in the house. Like, she's not like as integrated as a lot of people, but I also feel like in that sort of sense, she isn't seen as someone that is potentially a big threat. So it could also kind of turn into a similar sort of situation where people down the road may not want to waste their HOHs on her, but Katie wants her gone. So I can't
think right. If Katie nominates her, I don't see her surviving.
Yeah.
Who's gonna save her?
And then after that, I feel like a lot of people are looking to put her up too.
If
She
she
seems
Right,
like
correct. I forget. There's a veto. She could win the veto. And Jason could save her.
Alejandro could save her.
Alejandro could save her. But Kristen's there, so Alejandro would save Kristen, not Brandy.
You think so?
I think Alejandro is. I think so, yeah.
I'll check his like trust rankings. He does them all the time.
He does do the trust rankings a lot. I'll give Alejandro credit, man. He's bringing.
Let's see what he says.
Much needed entertainment.
Go ahead, Kelsey, while I look at his rankings, last rankings. Hold on.
Okay. Wait, okay. Sorry.
We're discussing Brandy.
Brandy. Okay, sorry. I had a little thing going on right now. So Brandy, I love her. I was really shocked whenever she used the veto on Alejandro. I was not expecting her to show her cards that way. But she's been a lot of fun to watch for sure. But I also kind of rank her like mid as well.
Yeah.
Okay, looking at them now, I can't see anything more recent than 715, which was like right before his HOH reign. But he actually had Kristen 2 and Brandy 3, so I think it could go either way.
After Brandy saves him, he's like, "Nah, Brandy, you're good."
Oh, well, that's true. Brandy, well, you know what?
Yeah.
I wasn't taking that into consideration. Brandy, she did save us.
Right,
Saved
that's
him,
why I
offered him
think it could go either way.
I think it
Because
could
him
go either
value.
way. I think it could go either way for sure.
he's also a wild card in general. Like he's like I could see him doing either.
Well,
thing.
he's the type that's gonna flip a coin to decide who he's pulling.
Oh,
out.
100%. He would do that.
He's gonna Carl bot that fucking thing.
So Brandy
but he will.
is like around the same. Kristen, who is also in danger of going up. How do you feel about Kristen? Kate, why don't you start?
I feel like honestly, like she's in a pretty decent spot socially. She just really is not good with Katie. Like she stayed, I feel like, pretty easily the last time that she went up. And she was in a spot and she was like saying, she's like, oh, I feel like if I can get through this week, like I feel like I could potentially maneuver my way to the end. And obviously things do not happen the way that people think they're going to, because there's a good chance she's going up this week. But I do think if there's like a vote, like again, like a vote to save situation, depending on who she's next to, she definitely has a chance of staying. She also has a chance of coming down with the veto. We've been debating this entire time about who Alejandro would save between Kristen and Brandy. So
He could just win, yeah.
yeah, she could just win. I feel like she also has competition ability. Like, you know, you have people who just aren't good at comps, but she's pretty good at comps, so she has it in her to win.
Styles, check Alejandro's confessional. So Kristen. Kristen, I don't see much of her. I think she's good with Alejandro and Jason and Brandy. I don't see anybody that would save her other than those two. Because Mason's not gonna save her. Let's be. I don't think. I think she lost that right there.
Yeah.
I don't really know much. I mean, I love Kristen. She's my girl. I love her. I really don't see much of her, so I don't know. I don't see much of her at all.
We had her like really low last time, like almost the bottom. Do you think she's still that low?
Yeah, for me, she's pretty low.
I think she's still. What did I have her right now? What did I send you, Derek? Let me see. Kristen, I give her a 5.
I gave her a 5, but I'm gonna knock her down to a 4. To be honest,
I gave her a 5. I think, but I'll tell you why. Because I do think she was pretty good with Mason when, with this vote or whatever. And I think Mason's gonna try to like pull her in, which may save her a little bit from that side.
Yeah.
But did you see Alejandro's trust list?
I did see she's higher.
She's
higher
higher
than Brandy by
she's
a
higher than
few
Brandy.
people.
Yeah.
Brandy's
That's
like 4
wild.
now. Kristen's
That's
3. No,
it's insane. What?
Jason, Emily, Kristen is 3, Aaron 4, Brandy 5.
Yeah. So
Oh, and then he said swap Brandy and Aaron, so they're right next to each other again.
He would be
So
gone.
I think he would keep Kristen over Brandy. I don't see Brandy getting saved. honestly.
Yeah, she's in trouble, man. Brandy's in some trouble.
She's in
Brandy's
trouble.
actually going down to a 3. for me.
But hold on a second.
You guys keep taking them lower.
No, but hold on, because remember I just said he's playing Jason's game. So if Jason wants to save Brandy instead of Kristen, that also could influence Alejandro.
All right, time
Good
to ask
point.
Jason for his top 3. BRB.
Yeah, we gotta get Jason top
Getting
three.
the tea while we're here.
Yeah,
Kelsey, what do you feel about Kristen?
Kristen is very, in my opinion, I don't feel like she's really doing much. I feel like she's benefits by being aligned with Jason and Alejandro the way she is. I feel like, by being with them, she appears to be like a lesser target, even though I feel like she's probably in danger. I feel like it's very 50-50 if she goes home this week or not. I feel it's really just going to be about whatever whatever Jason wants at the end of the day, I think is what's going to happen, whether he wants to save Brandy, whether he wants to save Kristen, whatever. I feel like it will really kind of boil down to his decision, but I really don't feel like Kristen's doing much. I feel like she just is benefited by who she's aligned with.
Wait, before you say anything, Kate, let me just say something that Kelsey just said. She may seem like a lesser threat or target because she is with them. At the same time, people like Katie and those middle people would love to take a shot at her and not the other two, because the other two are the bigger ones. So why not get rid of her?
Keeps them in the middle.
That is true. Yeah.
And then hold on, what did Kate said? Ooh, for
Oh, well, first of all, I asked Jason, who his top 5 allies are right now. He was like, why? I'm like, just answer me. Like, come on. So he said Brandy, Alejandro, Emily, Aaron, Kristen, and Daly. And then I said, is that an order? And that's when I reacted. And I said, is that an order? He goes, oh wait, hold on, let me rank them. Now he just said, I don't know how to order them, so just stick with that.
Let me see this real quick.
Yeah,
we have to remember, his number 1 is Brandy, period.
Here we go.
So
Yeah, that's gonna be big. Yeah.
I just wish Alejandro plays his song. I'm telling you, I'm Team Alejandro now. And I hope, but I'm also Team David. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying I'm Team one of those two.
I want to see them feud.
Me
and
too.
feud.
So
Like,
I just
have
hope
this, like,
Jason,
go
because I
all the
feel
way.
like
It's so
Jason,
funny to me.
Jason's like the Grinch. He's not letting me have fun. All right, like dude, Daly and Emily have not sweated once in this game.
Not calling the man
not
of
once.
Christmas the Grinch.
I know.
So okay, up next we have Cody, who we had kind of in the middle last time, maybe the lower middle. How has that changed? Cesar, you start.
Cody, I think Cody, his paranoia is his worst enemy. I do not think he's in a bad, well, I mean, he is in a bad spot. But I don't think he's in. See, no, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. I don't think he's got anybody. I think he thinks Alejandro has him, and he doesn't. I don't think anybody has Cody. Luckily for Cody, he's in that middle ground where people are bigger fish than him, in my opinion, right? I mean, he did survive that one vote, and then, but I don't really know. I mean, he's just all over the place. I don't really know what he's doing. Like nobody trusts him. I love Cody, but nobody trusts him.
Yeah, no one trusts him.
He's kind of just there swimming and freaking out, and nobody's even mentioning his name, but he's freaking out. That's him. And then he's got Aaron, who's completely after him, and I don't even know why
Yeah.
Aaron's so anti him.
She was saying earlier that he's like Cody's a liar and a gaslighter,
What
and
is he lying and gaslighting about?
I don't
The
know.
dude
That's
really-
that's been a season-long theme, FYI.
From-
with Aaron.
from
That's like the
where?
storyline, the mini
That's what
storyline.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Aaron has her own storyline, her own plot. That makes zero sense, even though I love Aaron. I love Aaron, but I'm like, Aaron, there are bigger people here.
Yeah,
And what are you doing? But
it actively hurts her game pretty bad. It does.
it does. But go ahead. Sorry, we were talking about Cody, not Aaron.
Yeah.
Kelsey, what are your Cody thoughts?
I love Cody personally, I do, but I agree with Cesar. I don't feel like he's really in a good spot right now, but I'm confident in his ability to adapt, but I don't. I think he'll be lucky to get the jury.
Same.
He's in this like
same.
weird spot where like I feel like people see him as a threat, maybe because of the fact that he was a coach originally.
That does
Mhm.
not help things.
So like people like see him like kind of as like a bigger move, kind of like how like Daly took that like little motion to get rid of Jensen. I could see
Mhm.
like the same sort of thing happening to Cody. To be honest, I was very surprised to see him survive that vote as he did, like especially as like close to unanimously as he did.
I wasn't
Yeah.
surprised because
Oh.
Daly. Come on now. We'll talk about Daly later, but I
I
wasn't
know,
surprised
but
because of
still,
him.
but still.
Talk about Daily next. Well,
Yeah.
how much of Cody staying was because of him, and how much was because of just what other people wanted?
So from my understanding, and okay,
I do
then-
think also just to jump in real quick, I think Jensen being busy, and not barely able to be online during that entire process helped him tremendously. Because I think Jensen would have given him more of a run for his money, at least with some
oh,
of the
100%. He got lucky.
Absolutely.
He got
Jensen-
lucky.
Good social player.
He
Yeah.
got
I mean,
lucky.
I think he's made some I don't think. I mean, a lot of people. Actually, everybody doesn't really trust Cody 100%, but I feel like he's made inroads with some people on both sides, and that really, really helps. It's just Cody's an asset for now, and that's how people have kind of seen him. Obviously, there's a lot of people that are like, man, he's emotional, he needs to go on the block, yada yada yada, and he is an option on a week to week basis. But
Okay.
a lot of people are like, he is. Like I know Marcus like thinks they're together, and just like random people like that are like, I'm not gonna take out Cody right now. You know
No,
what I mean?
Marcus talks about him all the time.
Yeah, but I think that he says that like there's a few people that have mentioned that like like Cody's like with me, I think he trusts me, but I know he's like crazy and all that. Like that's the theme with him. I feel like a lot of people say, or they're just sick of Cody like Aaron and want him to go.
So here's the thing: if Cody, because of the way the format is right now, where it's to save one or whatever, I think if Cody's up, he's gone now.
Absolutely.
Before Daly needed him to stay over the other two. Now he needs to go. So I don't see him staying if he's up.
Do we think he's doing better, worse, or the same than last time?
He's in his own. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The same.
He's in the same for me rating wise, just because he at least has something and he's like active and like there are like potential like escape pathways, but it's gonna take some luck. So that's why he's at a nice solid 4 for me right now.
Nice solid 4. What did I
I'll give it 2 minutes before you're like, never mind, it's a 3.
Nah, trust me,
I
he's
feel
like
I feel
a
we're
3.6.
so pessimistic about everyone. Everyone is like, oh, they're in a really bad spot, and I'm gonna give them like a really low grade, like, and
It
then
just so happens.
we're gonna move on to Daily next, and we're gonna be like,
Well, yeah, so Daly, when we left him last time, we were like, this can't last forever. There's no possible way this can go on for much longer.
No, because I remember when he just won that. He like just won that. What the HOH, and we were all like,
Yeah.
"What the hell is he
You
doing?"
doing, man? What are you doing?
I
Crazy.
still don't know why he did
Um,
that. I would have not done that. I really don't think he needed to do that, and then he did, and I'm like, boy,
I-
what the hell did you do?
Well, and he knew
Thought
he
it-
shouldn't have
thought it
won too.
worked.
It's good that he was aware at least that was a bad move for him to win,
Yeah.
but like he still did it. So
Yeah.
It went good. You got Jensen out, which you
Yeah, I
talked
mean,
about
his
was very
basic
important.
reign itself was good, but that's just another thing to throw up his like threat level. Where
mhm.
before, I think he was okay, and now it's just like, all right, this man cannot get to the end of the game because he's going to win. Even the pre-jury sees it.
Are
So
people
They're
on to him
not in
yet?
the game, and they see it. Like,
So here's the thing with Daly, all right? I have to give him props, all right? I'm gonna give props wherever they're due. I think Daly is playing a magnificent game.
oh, 100%.
Okay, he's winning comps, and at the same time, he's being social to the people, and where they see it happening, it's like right in front of their eyes, like Kate said, but they're
Mhm.
not doing anything about it because you know what? They all think that that's their number one.
Yep.
Yeah.
So whatever he's doing, good on him. Even Jason, like I don't know how much, like what else does Daly need to do for Jason to realize that that Daly's not with him? I don't really know because he's done everything, and no, he's still like, oh yeah, why? I finally gave Daly a 9, okay, and not because
There it is. Yeah.
not because I'm not getting, not because that's just I just don't want to give any 10s right now. All
Yeah.
right?
I
He's
don't.
close, man.
I-
He's
yeah.
close.
I think he's playing phenomenally. I just do think that it's too early for him to be playing this phenomenally, and I just don't see him making it to the end unless he like gets lucky or like wins out or whatever it may be.
Oh,
Like
But-
I think like end game, I see him like he's gonna get cut.
oh, he is gonna get caught. Well, I mean, unless he wins, because he
Right?
won
No, I'm
everything
not
he
hearing
wanted
it
to
unless he
win.
wins out.
Everything he wanted to win, he wins. So, let me tell you. So even like today's comp, he decided not to show up. He told everybody he wasn't showing up. Not Daily, Jason and Brandy were talking like, "Ooh, look, that's weird. Daily doesn't want to show up or whatever." Which means he feels pretty safe. At the same time, oh no, we trust him,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh,
The pudding is
I
right
I still
there.
think he could have shown up if he really wanted to. I think he said like a reservation of like 20 people. He was not listening to that audio with a
No,
reservation.
he wasn't. But either way, but it's still like if you're not worried about it, and you're telling everybody.
Is everyone
I would have
still
told everyone. I'd be like, hey, like I'm really sorry, like I can't show up today. I would have done that. To try and be like, oh, like I really wish I could have been there, but life is just not happening. Like go get
is
it.
everyone still misted, or do you think there's a couple people that are starting to
No,
realize?
there is a couple people. They're fortunately for Daly don't really have any agency. Cody's like in the confessional saying like, of course Daly's not going to show up. He's going to throw the competition anyway.
Cody, yeah.
He sees that, but like, what is Cody unfortunately
Gonna
going to
do.
do about that?
I
You have
wanted Cody
Emily,
to
who's
win.
like, you have Emily, who this is her first game, and she says that like, oh, Daly's like a huge threat. I know this, but like, when the time comes, will Emily actually pull the trigger? That's a question that's remained to be answered. We've never seen if she's like got that killer instinct. When that time comes, is she just going to fold under pressure and oh, I'll do it later? Because that's a
Yeah.
real thing that happens in a lot of games. I
Oh
think.
yeah.
I don't know what the deal is with him. He the two people. What's it? All right, so we have Alejandro who wins HOH. He nominated Daly, or Daly nominated him,
Mhm.
and Daly's off the block. Like what? What the fuck?
Jason's happening.
Yeah, obviously that helped things a lot. I don't really understand the Jason. I mean, a little backstory. I think Jason might have a little crush on Daly, and that might influence some decision making.
So the backstory about this is it goes back to society.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't watch this.
Oh no, no.
Doesn't it always
Society,
go back to society?
PTSD, yeah, the PTSD.
It always goes back to society.
No, it does though.
No,
That's
but that
what
was
happens
like
there.
season 2. No.
Jason, for some reason, and Daly has said it 20 million times to people because I'm telling you, he's not with Jason. Jason is with him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So he said it to quite a few people where Jason is still stuck in society where we're working together. And Daly said to a few people, what he said was, Jason must not be spreading around or going around and finding new stuff or whatever, where I am actively going around and getting new allies.
Yeah.
Like it's not the same game anymore.
He's got Venus trusting him after he nominates Venus.
Everybody, dude, everybody,
Venus likes him.
everybody,
But
everybody.
you guys say, Daly's gonna get cut, but who is really gonna cut him? Like, who's gonna
See, that's
cut
the
this
thing
guy?
I was thinking of. I wanted to ask, when do you think they're gonna try and take the shot at Daly? I do think they're gonna wait till jury. I don't think it'll be this week unless they want to do a quick little snipe right before, like on Friday with like the whole live cycle. But if it's not Friday, I could see them taking the shot like early jury, maybe even like final 8. I don't think they're gonna want to wait till like 6 because then he can play in every veto and he can't be backdoored.
I think
they're
he's
going
gonna
to try and go with the backdoor if possible.
I think he's like locked in for like at least a top 6 finish. Like all these people are, it's not the time. It's not the time. My gut just tells me that's what the people are going to say, and that's just not the time. for him.
You know what? It doesn't happen too often. I mean, lately it has with Styles but I agree with Styles. I think he's up for final 6. I don't think nobody's gonna be taking a shot.
Yeah, he's locked in, man. I
think they're gonna try and take a shot at him like early jury, but he's gonna like flip the vote, and then it'll be like this whole big war
Well,
thing.
that's what
Yes,
Joanna.
who?
That's
is?
what Joanna.
They're gonna take the shot. That's what
That's
I'm
what Joanna and Mason wanted.
Yeah, and
They
guess
wanted
what?
to get
Joanna's
him
out
to
of here.
jury, and then he was like the first one out.
And
I
they
could see,
even
like,
backtracked
Joanna
on that.
taking that shot. Like I could see like Mason like taking that shot like or like
But now though,
That's not gonna happen. Now with Joanna gone, that ain't gonna
now
happen.
that
for a
Joanna's
while.
gone,
Yeah.
and Daly played it perfectly. Oh my god, I'm just gonna vote with whoever the hell.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love
No
both
one's
of you.
upset. Yeah,
Blah blah
exactly.
blah blah. I love you all. Blah 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 blah. Now Mason's like all in love with him too. Not in love like that, but I'm saying
No,
like,
I know.
Yeah. I mean, who's taking the shot though? Like, let's look
I
here.
know that's the whole
Cody.
thing.
But
Who's-
Cody is taking the
But is
shot.
Cody gonna be here? Like, and
I don't
who
know.
else?
It depends
Maybe
on what Katie
Michael.
does.
Maybe Michael.
Michael would do it.
Yeah, but does Michael go after? Does Michael do some crazy shit? You know what I mean? Or like,
I can see
Michael,
because even
Michael's capable of
Michael was
winning.
even saying like stuff about Daly, like it wasn't like obviously Daly got rid of Michael, so that's a whole big thing.
Yeah.
But even like he was even like oh, I see Daly's kind of with everyone, like he's not going to.
But when Michael takes the shot, he zooms in and he's got the is it gonna hit? Is that shot gonna hit? Like, and when he
I
goes
don't
ahead and
think
puts
so.
up fucking.
You see, that's what I'm saying. Like I think someone's gonna take a shot at Daly, and then he's gonna campaign, and it's that
Yeah.
whatever. And
When Michael puts
and they're
Jason
gonna
up
get a
next
lot
to
of
him,
chaos.
yeah.
But
Like,
So
who's Michael putting up next to him? That's the question. Like, if that
so
happens.
Daly is still playing just as good as he was before.
For me, it's a 9. Yeah, 100%. He's almost a 10. It's just like Caitlin makes a great point. Like, I just like these people we're all human beings. At the end of the day, we all kind of function the same. So like, at some point, you got to see this
like,
guy.
I think honestly, what I think it is too is like I think I'm seeing this because I would be if I was playing right now, I would be seeing this. And
Yeah, of course.
I would be planting the seeds right now. I would be like I see what's going on here because that's the type of person I am. I pick up on the bullshit. So that's like the type of player I am. So it just isn't fathomable.
You would think, but my
it isn't
gut tells
fathomable to
me
me that these people are just gonna be like, yeah, Daly can win.
he just looks like the person. He just I don't know. Like everyone else is like right around the average, slightly above average mark, and then there's just Daly way ahead of every single person. Man, they all trust him. Even the people that are like looking at him sus, like you said, Cesar. You got Brandy and Jason. You said have the comment. Oh, we still trust him though, even though we know he's probably throwing HOH.
I just right, Derek. I just sent you something.
Okay.
I don't know. Alejandro was the last. You got Michael there, so I think Michael could be in trouble too. So I think it'll be Kristen, Brandy, Michael.
Okay.
I think Michael would leave. I think
Oh,
Daly's gonna
Jesus
be like,
fucking
ooh,
Christ, man.
Michael nominee.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna. Well, if you look at his her rankings, you got Mason 1 and now Daly number 2. So it's whatever Daly wants again.
Okay, so moving on because we still have like 9 people left to do.
No, we sure do.
So, Kelsey, why don't you talk to us about Destiny?
Oh my god. is definitely not one I've really paid much attention. To. I will say personally, really,
I know what she's doing.
please, yeah, fill me in because
I love Destiny's cool. I like talking to her and all, but what she's doing is she's playing Alejandro's game, even though Alejandro's trying back. Like she could have been backdoor too. She thinks, they're good because of another game too, and like she's playing his game, even though she says, oh, she wants him out or whatever. I don't think she will put him up.
You don't think so? They had like a fight and everything though, and
It
he
was
like threw
fake.
under the bus. You don't
It
think so?
was-
Just because he was HOH, I feel like it kind of changes the. Everyone's like, "Oh, I love you, Alejandro. You're my guy." You know.
I
Now he's
don't
not.
think. I mean, she says she would, or she said she doesn't trust him or whatever. But I don't see her putting him up. I think she does think they have a good deal and that they're just playing it along, fighting.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Is she trying to win? That's the question too.
I don't really know I'm kind of with Kelsey. I don't really know what Destiny. Who's Destiny with exactly? I don't know. She likes Emily.
Whole house, like the
All
whole house,
right,
kind of.
time to ask Destiny who her top 5 is.
I think she's playing a good game and not a target, laying low, and it's still early, and I think that's very beneficial. But like, what is her end game alliance? That's my only question mark. Her short-term safety looks pretty good. I don't think anyone's really going after her. And I do
No.
think that she's capable. Like I've seen her play other games, and she's very capable of winning competitions. And
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see that side. I don't feel like she's really trying to win, and that's great because I feel like to be someone that's seen as like easily influenced or somebody that's just not threatening, not heavily aligned, is a pretty good spot to be in. At what with the final 14, final.
I don't
13?
know. I don't know. With this format, it's tricky.
Well,
This-
because last time, like, I think the general discussion about Destiny was, well, she's playing okay, but she needs to start doing something. And
Yeah,
like
we're waiting on that,
cycles
yeah.
have gone by, and you're still saying the same stuff.
the
So
same
it's like,
thing. We don't know who she's with.
I believe in her though.
Styles is saying she's with everybody, which is true. It's fine. She is with everybody. But I mean, I think at this point of the game, there's only 12 left, or there'll be 12 or whatever. Blah, I don't know. She needs to be with someone.
When is the
She's
road
not-
run out? Yeah, no, 100% I agree. I'm waiting for her to like lock her thing in.
Because who is she with? Who knows? I think
would-
I think, and I feel like deep inside she's getting played by Alejandro. But she could be fooling me. I don't know. No
if
way.
she
Waiting
This
for
is
my
gone.
freaking top 5. I asked this like an entire like 60 seconds ago. How dare I not get a response already?
What was your question? What was your question?
I asked Destiny who her top 5 is.
Oh, I was just about to do that.
I did it. I got you.
But
I'm still waiting. It's
Actually, I
been
do have a top 5 here, but this is from a few days ago. She says Venus is her number 1. Emily, Daly, Joanna, and Kristen. That's what most recently was her top 5. So you can go off of that potentially. But that was 7/14. It's now 5 days later, so things can change, especially when Alejandro's in HOH.
we can come back to Destiny once we hear her current top 5, but let's talk
Yeah.
about Emily, because you guys were very, very high on Emily last time. Has that changed? How is she doing now?
I am very impressed with Emily.
Yeah,
yeah.
she's good.
I am like for her first game and for her to be doing as well as she's doing, she is probably, in my opinion, in one of the best social positions. Nobody's thinking about her right now. Nobody's like actively targeting her. Like, I think she's doing very, very well right now. I'm very impressed.
I do
Yeah,
think
she's
people are
great.
starting to pick up on how well she's doing, which could be an issue long term. Kind of like what I was saying with the daily thing, where she's starting off so strong. And people are going to start to be like, hey, like we really shouldn't bring her to the end. She's going to win the game. What I could see happening, I do think Daly has a bigger target, where people want to take the shot at him more than they're going to want to take the shot at her. But I could see it easily being like he can wiggle out of things, whereas she might struggle more, like with at least competition wise. Like if he like, sort of like hypothetically, oh, Daly won the veto, let's take the shot at Emily instead.
Yeah,
Mm.
I can see that. That's down the road for sure. But I
I-
agree.
I think Emily, unfortunately, I dropped her a point. I dropped her point. I do think her social game is still the same. She's still gonna, but it's getting to the point where people are 100% connecting her and Daily,
Mhm.
or she and Daily, however you say it in English. But anyhow, they're
Yeah, they
connecting
can
them
honestly go up
two.
together as nominees. Maybe that's
Right.
something Michael would do.
And
Yeah.
I think that so yeah, if Daly's in trouble, she's gonna be in trouble because they're gonna nominate them two together, and the chances of Daly winning a veto over her are much higher.
Yeah.
So that's why I dropped her one, because I still think she, even though it's good for Daly to keep her and have her as the number one, it's not good for her to have him as the number one, because he will destroy her. Where I think she needs to go somewhere else and do something with someone that she can actually do. And please get rid of that. Oh my God, they're a dual situation, because that's not helping her one bit.
Yeah. It helps that the sides of like the fact that Alejandro won HOH really helped her game though. Like just taking out a couple people from her side and not allowing Alejandro's side to get
She's
decimated.
playing the perfect middle game right now.
Yeah, yeah. If the
Even though,
sides stay that way, she could stay in a good spot.
and that is how you should do it. You should take some from this side, some from that side, and then you stay right in the middle. She's playing a good game, but also what I think the reason why she's playing so good is because she's new, and people look at her like, oh my God, she doesn't know what she's doing, right? Because she has made some mistakes. All right, she has voted against him, she's gotten caught or whatever. They're just thinking she's just like, oh, I'm this sweet little new girl, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to say bad words or anything, so I don't want to hurt anybody's feeling. They're looking at her like that, which is helping her case. I'm just saying, in the long run, she needs to get rid of Daly. Stop with the whole, oh, he's my number one. Nah, he needs to go for her.
Yeah, is she gonna cut him, or do you think he needs to go from someone
I've
else?
asked
Like,
her
will
a
she
bunch of
actually
times.
cut him? And
I've asked
she
her.
says,
I've asked her, and she says she knows she has to.
yeah, but is she going
But
to
she
do
doesn't
it?
know
I
if she
think
Is
she
she
would
going
do
to really do it?
I
That's the
could see
question.
her doing it like I the way I feel like she's thinking about it, like I think she's probably thinking about it like, oh, I need to cut him. I feel like when she's saying that, she's thinking like, oh, like final five,
Yeah,
final
yeah,
four.
like a Steve and Vanessa
Like,
situation.
you can't let him get that far because he's gonna win out.
I think
Yeah,
at
yeah.
one
What's
point,
gonna
I think,
happen, honestly, what would be best for her, I guess, is if he and her were final nominees and she managed to out campaign him.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough though because you gotta consider.
Oh,
who
100%
Daly
it'll be
is.
tough, but I'm
Yeah.
saying that
Oh, yeah.
that would be
no,
her
and
best.
that's the problem. That's the problem. Even if she is nominated next to him, I
He
think
would probably still
Daly has so many people that
Oh, I
think
know.
that that's their number one, that I don't know if Emily, even though they should get rid of Daly, because we've all just talked about it or whatever. We've also talked about how like they all see it happening, it's right in front of them, but they're still like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Daly.
No,
So
I just don't, it doesn't like work in my mind. Like, I don't know,
I
understand.
don't know either. So I think Emily's in trouble if she's next to
I do
Daly.
think
I
so,
think
too.
it depends on the timing more. So if she goes up earlier with Daly, they might see him as a shield. Let's keep him around.
Right.
He's
Well, that's
valuable
what I
right
mean,
now.
yeah.
If it's like final 7, final 6, if we're getting down to brass tacks and they're up, it's like, all right, Daly's gonna have to
Oh,
go
right.
here.
We're talking about
Yeah.
if it happens soon, right? If it happens,
Yeah, yeah, and it's
if it happens
potentially
final
Michael
six,
could do it.
they're gonna get rid of Daly for sure.
Yeah, I
agree.
agree with Caitlin though that Michael could definitely do that set of nominees, and that's a dangerous spot to be up against Daly at this point.
Speaking of Michael, well, go ahead.
Okay. So up next, we have Aaron.
Aaron.
I don't know what she's doing.
I know she's with Jason. I know they're really close. And
Yeah, they're good
That's-
buds. Yeah.
Okay.
I like how
I'm
I got to Aaron and it was like crickets.
Yeah,
My alarm went off. I need to take meds.
No,
Yeah.
I was cricket, but not because of that, but I just wanted other people to talk. And then
yeah, she's in like kind of almost a maybe like a slightly better position than Kristen, but I feel like she's like tied with the Alejandro Jason side. She and that's obviously not the greatest position, and the fact that she's not even really like she loves Daly, like Daly's the number one, and like all this stuff. But Daly doesn't trust her. Her reads are just way off right now, and that's like the big problem with Aaron. Is like when it's time for Aaron to make a decision, is it gonna be the right one? I don't know. You know what I mean? And then also just expending all this agency on anti-Cody is like successfully alienated her from a lot of the house guests, I feel like. And maybe she's not a short. I mean, she is on the list to be nominated this week, but like I could see her like. So right now we're, in the low teens. I could see her like 11th place, 10th place, 12th place, like and just going home on like on a random HOH.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I could
I think-
absolutely see that.
I think like when the coach's face was still in place, at least in my opinion, I think she was seen as the coach who was playing the best, playing the hardest. And people, I think, might still have that like in their head, like, oh, she was really good during the coach's phase. She was very active. She was very proactive. People really liked her. People were strategizing with her more. So, like, and then she's not really doing anything right now to like solidify her position and like, but perception is everything. So if they still have this perception of her, it's not going to end well for her.
Yeah.
So I agree. Erin is, I feel like she's like kind of like Cody, where she's in her own little lane. Her reads are not there. Her paranoia is getting to her.
Yeah.
Or the paranoia is getting to her. Like she's taking it out on Cody, like he said, and she's making people not like her game or her because of that. All she does is talk about Cody to everybody. Like, give it a rest. Nobody's nominating Cody. Do you not say this? Maybe you should not say it so much anymore. Kind of just I don't see her as, I don't think she has a strong, I don't think anybody has her back. I also believe if she's nominated, she's done.
Yeah,
So
she's toast,
I think she's kind of like in the same position as Cody. Only different.
It's the coach's curse.
Maybe it is the coach's curse, but again, it's because I think she did this all to herself. Which sucks because I love her and she's a great player, but she got in her head right now. She needs to like shake that off and keep going. But right now, as long as Cody's here, she's like stuck. She can't look past that.
Yeah, I think she's capable of playing a winning game, and
100%.
I think she's a very skilled player, and I think that like it's happened to me before, and I can understand where she's coming from with it. But I think the game, if it's played at the wrong time, like just depending on like all kinds of things in your life, it could just you could have just a negative energy about it. It could stress you out a lot, and I feel like that's doing that to Erin, and she's kind of spiraling because of that.
That's what I'm saying. Like
she's not having fun playing the game, from what I'm seeing in the confessional
right now. She is so stuck, from what I can tell. Okay, unless I'm wrong and I don't know. Who knows? But from what I can tell, she's so stuck in this square that as long as Cody's here, she's hating life.
Yeah, and you can feel it in the confessional too.
And I don't even know why. Because she is playing though, because she is talking to Jason. But it's all about the same thing. All they do is talk about Cody.
Yeah. And then she's got a lot more ops than that, because there's people that are just willing to see her go.
All of them will throw her.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, I don't know. I haven't heard her say anything about Daly, but I know that she really trusts Daly, and that's like obviously pretty terrible because Daly really doesn't want anything to do with her. But
Daly likes Erin.
Yeah.
But he said a few times that she's too much into the whole.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so she's not like she's kind of expendable.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So let's talk about Jason, another big player that you guys were very like he's going to like go home at some point soon. He's still here. Do you think he's recovered, or do you think he's still a really, really big target?
Oh,
enormous,
giant target.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like someone like a shot someone takes in order to try and make a big move.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Friday night victim, but the thing is, I don't know who specifically is going to take that shot. That's the thing.
I do not know what it is, and this is probably gonna be like people are gonna be mad at me or something. I've kind of lost the. Yeah, I like Jason. I mean, I love Jason, but I'm talking about like in this game. I'm like, he's getting he's getting kind of like I don't really. I think it's another one that is too focused on personal issues. Like He hates Cody because of who knows why, and he can't let go of Cody. He cannot let go of Cody. And like the Joanna situation, he was stuck into the whole Joanna, which is fine because Joanna was also, but he's stuck into those, and he's not seeing past that line.
Yeah.
So to me, that is not a game that I like to see. It's a come on, dude. There's so much stuff going on around you. Just open your eyes.
It's not a winning game.
Everything you're doing, that's not a winning. Everything you're doing is not the right move at all for your game. He's getting rid of people that aren't a threat to him at all. He's keeping the people that will want to take him out because they're not with him.
Yeah.
And he's making his allies get rid of people that they shouldn't have. So then guess what? Now David's gonna take a shot at Alejandro, and then guess what? Jason's gone. He's all alone by himself.
Yeah.
Why? Because he decided to convince Alejandro to not go after David. For what?
What?
It's because he's like stuck in this bubble.
I like, so I have, when I asked him for the list before of like his top 5 and everything, he also gave me who he doesn't trust and who he has middle of the line. So he does not trust Cody, Destiny, Michael, Venus, and Marcus. And Katie and Mason are like so. So
Mason's gonna get him out. Let's be honest here. I mean, he just got rid of Joanna. And they know it's Alejandro and Jason. Everybody knows it's Alejandro and Jason. I don't know what it is that they don't think that people know that they're together.
Everyone knows it.
Everybody knows that they're together.
Yeah. Once that shot comes, it's Jason. Like depending on the time it comes, Jason could be in some serious trouble, man.
I mean, if Mason has some pull with Katie this weekend or this week or tonight,
It could happen.
they're both going up.
Yeah, it could happen.
It could happen. It's early on, so she's saying this is what she's gonna do, but you never know.
Exactly. It changed last week too.
Last week, she ended up doing what the Alliance wanted at the end. She wanted something completely different at first.
Yeah.
So it could happen. And again, this is all because of Jason. I've lost. Here's how it was. I used to be like, yeah, Jason. Alejandro's like, I'm ready for him to go. It completely like flipped them. I'm like, come on, Alejandro. If Jason has to go, he can go.
Yeah.
So, Kelsey, can you talk to us about Katie, our current HOH? And the last time we filmed this, she was like our current HOH, like she just won again.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Mhm.
Been like one of those. In the beginning, I really didn't see her, and I was like, okay, like what is she doing? But she's really starting to get into the game now, and she's doing really well. I'm really excited to see what she does this week because I feel like she's going to want to make some kind of move here. And especially with she just lost Joanna, because I know she was really close with Joanna, and I think she was also really close with Brissa as well. So she just lost 2 allies because I know this was a really hard vote for her because I know her closest ally is Mason. So I know she's probably coming out for blood this week, and I'm excited to see what she does for sure.
Yeah, she could go a lot of different directions, I feel.
Oh, Katie, we're talking about Katie, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I am rooting for Katie. I really am rooting for Katie. I love Katie.
Me too.
Iconic. She's iconic.
I'm nervous because she's also someone that it's not anybody's top priority. Like if you think about it, every HOH is like, okay, well, someone wins, Katie could go up. Everybody said that from both sides.
Yeah, she's a little expendable.
She's expendable. And right now it's getting to the point where it doesn't matter if she saves anybody. If she's not part of that group, they're gonna nominate her. So I don't know. I think it was Styles who said maybe it is smart for her, and I think so too. To just do Kristen
Get out targets for her game this week, not the Alliance. It's her game now. This is where she can kind of.
Those big people are going to go against each other. They have to.
Yeah.
They have to.
She cannot go after. In my opinion, it would be bad if Alejandro goes home on her HOH, or like Jason goes home, or like one of those people, like Kristen and Brandy going.
It will be entertainment. It'll be entertaining for us to watch because they're gonna.
Of course.
Or whatever. But for her game, I do think she should just go for the East or the Kristen, Brandy, and then you know what? Let the other two sides go at it.
Yeah. I'm
She
I'm
put
rooting
in
for it
some
too.
good thoughts. Reading them now in her confessional. She went like at like an hour ago. She like went through all of her thoughts on everyone in the cast.
She threw some noms out too. Like there's a lot of options. There's like 7 options that she said she's considering putting on the block. And I think Michael wasn't even on the list. And then she said she's adding Michael to that list. There's 8 people that could go on the block this week.
That's like half the house. That's more than
Yeah.
half the house.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of ways she could go here.
But
And I do
again-
think it's gonna be Brandy and Kristen realistically, and probably maybe I don't know. We'll see what
Again,
what Mason says. Mason's gonna have a lot of input.
she had a different plan last time too, and ended up doing what the Alliance wanted.
Yep, exactly. I'm worried about that because
So,
she
do I
might feel like she's
Don't want what the alliance wants because you know what? The alliance isn't you, and this isn't your game. Like they're like
Exactly.
their own
Yeah, of
game.
course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Come on now.
You won. You do what you want to do. That's your HOH. That ain't the Alliance's HOH.
Whatever
Obviously, you're
you
gonna
do.
protect the Alliance, but you're not gonna do what they fucking want. Like everything that they want. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous for her because, yeah, I don't know.
I
don't know.
believe in Katie.
I
I mean,
too. I believe in her, and I mean, she destroyed this comp. So
I'm worried about that, man. She might be seen as a competition threat down the road after winning a couple head of households here, especially
You
when
want
it's
a
that.
veto too, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I do. No, yeah, she used it on like Rissa or Brandon. She took Brandon down or like something like that. I remember. I'm blanking out, but she did use it. She did win, and she used it on somebody. And I do worry about that, like as a long-term competition threat.
She
100%.
also had like different tiers of like potential noms. So
Yeah.
she had Alejandro, Brandy, Kristen, Jason originally on her like top list, and then Erin, Destiny, Emily as like maybes, but not really. And then
Yeah.
and then in her
Imagine she does Emily, man. Holy
and then
shit.
I know. And then in her her person by person explanation, she also mentioned Erin.
Yeah, I could easily see Aaron going.
So
Like,
if she does Emily, I think it would be. I'm here for it. I love
I
her.
don't think she will because it was like I think it was in like the bottom tier of the potential list of nominees, but it could happen.
I love Emily. I don't think she's going anywhere, regardless if she's nominated. But I want to see them like. I don't know.
Let her squirm a little bit. Also,
Yeah,
I
there's
did
some
Destiny's
people-
rankings, and she started and yes.
Yeah, there's some people that haven't really like felt the heat. So I want to see that.
What did Destiny say, Kate?
Okay, so she said Emily, Katie, Daly, Alejandro, and Venus, and then she said that she was shocked that she wrote that. So I was
Jesus Christ.
like, spill.
Alejandro, that's what she said her top was?
What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
Yo,
What did I
good.
tell you?
No, that's a good call, Cesar. What the fuck, man? They were just yelling at each other like 5 days ago.
Yeah, so I was like,
Oh, man.
you know what, like, why are you so surprised? She goes, well, Emily's like a regular here. I'm just in love with her. Venus and I've been talking a lot more lately, and I feel like we have a good understanding of each other. Alejandro, now he's the shocking one. I think he's just very impressionable in a way that benefits me and wouldn't go after me in this game because he has so many enemies.
It's smart, man. That's a good.
He's not
That's
smart.
a good
He
thought.
was about. I asked him. I said, "Who will be your renom when someone wins?" She said, and he said, "Either Cody or Destiny."
And that he's okay.
He doesn't.
But does that shift and change? I mean, if Destiny trusts Alejandro
that was his
inherently,
last-
she
That was yesterday.
today. Okay.
It is today.
So
Okay.
I mean, remember, this is when we say weeks, we don't mean real weeks. We mean yesterday.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So.
So moving on,
That's a good
You-
point.
Marcus. How is
I
Marcus?
asked
doing?
Marcus, I asked Marcus for his top 5 just now, just before anybody starts talking. I'll tell you what he said. He said, because I knew it was coming, and he said real quick, he said Daly, Katie, Emily, Cody. Daly, Katie, Emily, Cody.
Yeah.
He did not give a fifth, but then he said
Oh, Mason. No, he said, and then he said
Oh,
swap.
in between. It was Mason, DoorDash, Daily.
Right. So go ahead. I don't know. I just wanted to let you all know his rankings. Daily again.
That's randomly Cody's in there. That's what I was saying earlier. Cody just
You
kind of
said
found his
Cody.
way.
You
Yes, he
said.
found his way into Marcus somewhat trusts him a little bit. I mean,
I think
obviously
the fact that
Mason.
they're both, I think the fact that they're both counselor work counselors.
does,
like,
does.
So he's doing better than Aaron right now. At least someone has him.
He's got somebody that sees him as valuable too. And I think a lot of these people are actually maybe looking at Marcus as someone they want to take to the end. Emily mentions that she wants to go to the final 3 of Marcus.
Emily, I mean, Marcus is not going anywhere.
Does
Yeah,
Marcus
oh,
have
he's
any
playing very
wisdom?
well. I think he is playing like kind of like daily, but like what daily should be playing. Like
No.
the threat level, like
I disagree with the fact that you just said that he's playing like daily.
not like daily, but like if
The level that
He's not a target. He's not a target. You know
The
what I
thing
mean?
about it
Kinda,
is,
he still has the
Mason-
connections, he still has the bonds, but he
yeah.
threw
On
away the
both sides.
wins,
I
and he
love-
doesn't have the threat level.
I love Marcus's I love Marcus. I love his DRs. I love everything. He reminds me of Styles when I hosted Styles season 1, where he had his own stories, right? In his head. In his head, he was doing everything and he got blah blah blah. Really, it was that was just his reality, and then there was the real reality, right? Do you remember that? You don't remember?
Oh, of course, no, of course. Of course I remember. Of course.
Mason do not think, and he's getting 4 people are leaving, and now he's kind of like bumping up in people's rankings because they do want to take him to the end. His reads, they're not completely all there, but it doesn't matter. Like, he's doing good, and he knows he's connected to who or whatever. He just doesn't know that those people aren't with him totally. Like, he
Does
thinks.
Marcus have any win
Yeah.
equity if he makes it to the end?
I actually, I'll start. I personally think so, just because I think he explains the game very well, and it's a very compelling way of speaking. He's very likable. He's got alliances everywhere. He's got like kind of a story. He's like, I was a coach. I was out for like really early in my season. I came all the way back and got to the end. Like, he has a story to tell and moves to make. And I do think that, I mean, the way it is set up right now, like if you just like everybody voted each other out, he wouldn't make it to the end. But I do think like once Daly's time is gone, once Mason's time is gone, it's like everyone's gonna want to take Marcus to the end.
Okay.
Everyone's like, Marcus, I'm seeing as somebody that maybe I want to take to the end. And that's what people are saying.
You asked, could Marcus win at the end?
I
It-
was just thinking he could.
It depends on who he's with.
Yeah, 100%.
Cody's not there.
I
Alejandro's
definitely
not
think
there.
I think he's playing the like game that he needs to be playing in order to enhance his winner potential.
Yeah.
Because he's playing well enough that he has a resume and he has things to talk about, but he's not a threat.
If
But
That's
he's-
the
yeah,
perfect in
100%.
between.
I think right now, if you ask me, he's at the number 3. He's the number 3 person to win the game right now.
Wow,
For me.
okay, wait,
He's
who-
the same for me as well.
Who's
Same
your
for
number
me.
1 and 2?
I think it's Daily Alejandro. Alejandro doesn't have the first deal. My thing is, I don't want. You're right. He's not gonna be number 2 because nobody's
No one's
gonna
gonna
vote
vote
for
for
him. But I
him.
mean, I just don't want him to be bitter. But either way, I remember in Survivor when I was playing with Styles and I did not vote for Styles. I asked him one question in the jury. I said, "Who were you loyal to? Give me one person." Had he given me a name, I would have voted for him because I wasn't trying to be bitter. Guess what? He did not give me a name. He said nobody.
Yeah.
Sorry. For me, you have to have a list.
I mean, at least I
That's
owned it.
me.
I
Yeah,
owned
but
it. It
that's
was
okay.
true.
I'm hoping, maybe Alejandro, because Alejandro is loyal to his people.
Yeah.
So
That's-
I think you overestimate how bitter these people are.
I know, I think I do too. But here's the deal,
Like,
but
am
think
I a
about it,
bitter
but think
jerk?
about it.
No. Are
But-
other people bitter jurors?
But
Yes.
think about it. We have, if nothing like bad happens, right? Let's just say Alejandro's there, right? We have Aaron who would vote for Alejandro. They're being good. We got Jason, we got Kristen. I mean, we have still people that would vote for him,
Yeah. People that really like him. They really like him.
right?
Are
So
those
it
people?
just depends. It depends on the jury, give it another day, another cycle, and then I'll tell you. But right now, I think
Yeah.
Cody, not Cody,
Daily.
Daily, fine. I'll take Alejandro out for now because you guys are right. I don't know.
No.
I think Alejandro,
And
not-
Marcus?
Marcus up there.
Mason has a good shot too.
Yeah, Mason's my
So
number
it's
2.
Daily, Mason, we'll give it Marcus the next
Yeah.
one.
So Mason is next. He just survived the block, and it was a vote to save, which is always, good.
Good.
What's going on with Mason?
Wait, before we start, Marcus, I wasn't saying that your reality is not real, okay, buddy? I'm saying not to be like reminds me a little bit of because of the loyalty part, but no, you're good. You're good. Go ahead, sorry. What was the question?
Whoever wants to start with Mason.
Go ahead, Kelsey. Go ahead.
I've really enjoyed watching Mason play. I feel like he's really adapting to every situation really well. And it's going to be interesting to see how he adapts to Joanna being gone now, because that was his ally. And so I know he's going to be, I know he's safe this week because I know he's tight with Katie, but it's going to be interesting to see how he navigates. But I feel like he's done an excellent job at navigating this game so far.
He's killing it.
Who? Oh, yeah, style. No, I think Mason with Joanna gone. Yo, this is great for Mason.
He's like a free agent now.
In the long term, yes.
I think this is great for Mason. As long as Alejandro doesn't win the next one, I think he's a lock for jury, and he's got numbers in jury. I think. I mean, even like Jason wants to keep him. Like, I think he's good. I think Mason's threat level just minimized by like a bunch.
Yeah, he was my winner pick last week, and I was saying last week I ironically said they're like, hey, if Joanna went home, everyone's gonna want to pick up Mason. Everyone's gonna see Mason as their number 1, and he is bumping up people's trust rankings quite a bit.
100%.
He's already high, but now he's even higher, and now he has one less ally. Man, Mason's all by himself. Man, we should work with Mason, and everyone's gonna take Mason is to me the person that's going to eventually be Daly's demise in this game, because I think he has very underrated, but equal count, because you have like Katie, have Mark Mason.
Right. So here's the thing.
Right
you're right, because right now with Joanna gone, Daily, they do have the same people, right? And I think out of all those, that everybody else, yeah, you're right. But the thing is, who's gonna put Mason and Daily together? Because Daly's untouchable.
Nobody. Yeah. They're putting Daly and Emily together before that, and I think obviously I dropped Mason down at 1 point because I do think it's obviously not good that he lost his number 1 ally that he could trust with his life and that gave him every piece of information.
And the
in the
fact
game.
that he physically got nominated.
Yeah, that doesn't help things, obviously. And I think long term it helps things, like just his threat level. He's been
right
on the
now,
block.
like this recap.
Yeah, He lost a teensy bit of agency that I do think he can earn back very quickly.
He lost a big one because Joanna was giving him every little, and Joanna was a talker. Joanna was a talker. So that is gonna hurt Mason, but I just don't think he needs that anymore right now.
Yeah, I think it's good for him long term, 100%.
Yeah, I think. Did we talk about Emily already?
Yeah.
Yes, we're going alphabetically.
I was gonna say one thing about Emily now that I'm looking at the rankings here. If Emily makes it to the end with Daly or around, or if Daly goes out like final 4, like he just doesn't make it at the end, the problem with Emily is they're gonna say,
what did you do?
She played Daly.
I have some worries about that too.
So she needs, her social game is great, but she needs, I don't know, she's got to do something.
Agency.
She's got to be the one to cut Daly, I feel like, to win that jury vote.
I agree.
It depends on who she sits next to, of course. Like, she could sit next to, like, actually, there's a lot of, Jason might be, like, a lot of people that she really likes probably beat her, unfortunately, just based on like agency and the
She
moves they made in
needs
the
to
game.
she needs to get Daly out. She herself needs to get Daly out.
Yeah.
That will give her the win.
Yeah, I could see like a Steve Vanessa because I don't think she's gonna take the shot until like I know we're not talking about. We'll go right back to Mason in a second, but I know that like she like says like I need to take a shot, and I do agree with what Caitlin said earlier. She's not taking the shot until like top 4, I don't think, and it's gonna be like a
Mm.
Steven Vanessa situation if it
If
happens.
she does that, if she takes that, I
I
mean,
don't
if
think
that
she's gonna
happens,
get the chance to take the shot though if she waits that long.
if she's not gonna get that, and if whatever, she needs to be the one taking the shot.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah,
For her to be, if not, I don't think she has a winning game right now.
yeah. I worry about her, especially if she goes to the end with Marcus. I think Marcus can beat her too.
Marcus is up. That's what I'm saying. Marcus can win this game. I'm telling you, I don't even know. I don't even think.
I feel like no one's
But-
looking at Marcus, and he's playing really well.
That's what I'm saying. Marcus, I don't even know. I feel like Marcus is 2 or 3. Since you guys
Like
want
they're
to,
not even
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at him. Like at least
Mason's
with
number
Daly,
2.
like people like know he's playing well. No one's gonna take the shot at him. So Daly is golden, but like
Marcus is
they're looking at
killing
him.
it.
They're not looking at Marcus. Marcus is just
Marcus
Yeah.
is chilling, vibing. Nobody's touching it. He's guaranteed jury. He's killing it. He is
Yeah.
playing an awesome game. Period.
Yeah. The only reason Mason's number 2 for me is because I do think he sees, beyond black and white in terms of the strategy, and like he can look past it, and he knows that like he's aware of Daly as a
I-
threat, and he's aware of these dynamics. I feel like, whereas Marcus maybe is more so just set up in a good position by some circumstances.
I'll
instead
just
of
say
his
I'll
own
just say-
doing.
the reason why Mason will be over Marcus, in my opinion, is because Mason can control Marcus
Yeah, yeah, and Katie
Maybe.
too.
and Katie too. So I don't think Marcus is like the head of anything. He's more of like the middle. Okay, sure, I'll go with the flow or whatever. Where Mason is a leader. He's wanted to take a shot.
Yeah.
Anybody or whatever. He says Daly's gonna have to go. I don't know if Marcus will take that shot without Mason in his head.
Mhm. Well,
So
we'll see.
we have 2 people left. The next person wasn't even here when we did our last podcast, but he won his way back in. How has Michael been doing since his return to the game?
His reads are not bad. I feel like he has like pretty
Oh.
solid reads.
I love Michael. I hope
Yeah,
he
yeah.
doesn't nominate
I'm
him.
excited. We need an
I-
HOH win.
I love his plans,
Yeah.
and he worked out. Like
He's got a
boy,
good duo with Venus too. I like
had
that
a
duo
good
for him.
duo. He made a deal with Alejandro to not put Venus up, even though Venus blocked him.
And it worked.
And it
Venus
worked.
blocked this man. Venus was safe because
And
of the
then-
work that Michael did. Yeah, that's
And
so
like
impressive.
Alejandro just submitted trust rankings like earlier in the hour.
did?
Venus is last, like
Yeah,
dead
and Venus was
last.
safe. Yeah, Venus is safe.
Under
Like, how is
Mason,
Venus
who you
safe?
nominated? Venus is 13.
Yeah,
And then
Venus
we-
is still putting them up. Like, it doesn't matter.
Right,
Venus is still
so-
putting them on the block.
Right. I don't want to talk about Venus yet because we.
Yeah,
we're
of course, of
gonna
course,
do
of course. But
But-
part of it has to do with Michael. So that's why it's very impressive.
Michael, and then Michael's talking to everybody. He said, "I'm gonna come in like clean slate," which is a lie. If you look at him, I
Of
still. think
course.
so. But that's how he's playing it with everybody.
Yeah, and it's working,
Um,
sorta.
It's not working, sorta. It's working.
Yeah.
Like the dude is putting in work. I'm hoping Katie doesn't just put him up because that's what people want.
I'm worried about that too, man.
I'm like, I wish he was doing this like more before he left, though.
Before.
Where was
Yeah.
this before?
He's
But
got
I
some
also
charisma.
think- but Kate, I also think it helps him out that he left and he's back because he pretty much said, "Okay, I am by myself. Look, they all voted me out."
Right, the lone wolf.
So,
But then
get-
I do worry about the fact that he left already hurts his
Yeah.
chances.
Oh, 100.
Yeah, winning the game. And
Then
he's
people
also
are like,
just got that
well, you shouldn't even be here because you were evicted. Blah blah
It
blah. blah,
also
blah, blah.
lowers his threat level for now. Because like
Oh, 100% it does.
I think I've seen battle back winners win.
Oh yeah, they definitely can win, but I feel like they have to prove themselves more.
He
than
needs
someone
to
who
do-
wasn't evicted. They need to show what they did since changing or justify them. Like, because sometimes, like, let's be real, like these games, sometimes you're just straight up robbed and there was literally nothing you could have done to prevent your eviction.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And like,
for
if
sure.
that's an easy thing to justify, like like I should have I got fucked over, especially saying anything like you left because of
No,
money.
for sure, for sure, for
So
sure.
it depends on the circumstances. I feel like a lot of times of why you left in the first place, plus what you did once you came back, and then also how long you were gone for.
Yeah. And he was only gone for like what?
Like a week,
Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
which is good for him.
Yeah.
Again, when we say a week, it's just a day or two. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I think it's. I'm just hoping he doesn't go because I do think he sees a path, and I kind of see that path for him too.
Yeah.
He
He
said
got the right reads.
he
for the
explained
most
it
part.
so perfectly. He said, you know, his master plan with this, throw this to Alejandro, which Alejandro won. Throw this to Alejandro, takes out one of the 8. Alejandro and those 8, that's because Jason has to. I can't with Jason. Okay, takes out one of the 8, maybe 2. The next HOH, one of the remaining 8 will take out Alejandro and Jason. So if Katie does that, it's all that's what his plan wanted. Leaving me and Venus in. We win Friday.
They're from. Hi, Derek. What's up, man? Welcome.
Yeah,
Right.
we like changed spots. Derek is now here, and where Cesar was, and
Yeah, I
Cesar
gotta
was where
move him.
Styles
I'm moving
was,
him.
and now
I
Styles
just
is
moved him
here.
too because I was already used
Yeah.
to the way that I was. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, my connection, like it said like no connection. My Wi-Fi's been kind of weird today. Sorry.
It's
Hilarious.
his sister.
Can you recap what you just said, Cesar? Because you kind of cut off for me.
Where'd you live?
You were like, this is his plan.
His plan was to throw the HOH to Alejandro, which he did.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
worked.
And then Alejandro would take one of the 8. Remember the 8 alliance that kind of got exposed the same like a minute after.
Brilliant, by the way. Love that play.
Right. And then maybe 2. And then next HOH, one of the remaining 8 wins and takes out Alejandro and Jason, leaving him and Venus in the middle. Which is perfect. If Mason pushes for Jason and Alejandro to go, Katie could do.
Do you think that's best for him though? I feel like Brandy and Kristen going are best for him, and I feel like Alejandro and Jason
Mason?
the game keeps him in the middle. If they both go, then all of a sudden now maybe he's one of the biggest targets on that side. Yeah,
Michael?
outside of like the Daily Alliance. Quote
I
unquote.
think it would be good for him because Alejandro and Jason will nominate him right now.
What the fuck are the why?
Because Jason is thinking that Daly's with him.
I mean, Alejandro has Michael at 7.
Alejandro.
Fire it up, man. Voting up, and he's got the right read. Like that's all you need. Sometimes that one person, and all of a sudden he's like whispering to everybody.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I mean Michael.
Yeah. Michael could be gone this because the worry with him is just for these next few weeks is that he's just there's a very easy
But
excuse
here's
to
the
put
deal,
him on the
like,
block.
he hasn't shown that he can win anything.
Michael?
Yeah, well, he won one, right? He won a.
Yeah, he absolutely destroyed everybody in. So, but no
But
one knows
that
the
was
time.
a battle. That was a battle back.
Yeah, but I mean, no one knows the level to which he
Exactly.
annihilated everybody. So there is a skill set there.
Other than that, oh no, he won the minis. What is
Which one?
that? Was a veto, right? That was a veto. I don't know. He won something, but
Something, whatever.
I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know. We'll see. I hope he doesn't go this week.
So last up, and let's try and make this quick because my internet is literally going in and out so much.
Oh
right
no.
now. We have Venus. So how's Venus doing?
I loved her game because it allowed her to herself wonderfully. Like
Who?
I'm
Queen
very-
Venus?
Huh?
Queen Venus?
Yeah, we're Venus.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever she got nominated, and now she's like gotten Daily to like trust her now. Like she's doing really well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the problem is she also trusts Daily, which is another issue. But the fact that Daily is not nominate her a second, she really puts that effort in, and she is dangerous, man. Especially when she's on voice call. I'm listening to her. I'm like, man, I really like this person. And then over text, it's like,
Yeah.
but she's really putting the work in. She's fired up. Like I've never seen her fired up, and she's fucking killing it, in my opinion. No one's coming after her.
I'm
The problem is she might be seen as a little expendable. That's my worry with her. But she has to be on the block to go home. So I don't think a lot of people are putting her up right now, to be honest. So we'll see.
Venus is killing it. I said last week, I'm like, her social game, whatever. I said that you all looked at me weird. And I said, it's true. She says it to everybody or whatever. Nope. Her social game is on point right now. She gets on board. I have never seen her receive so much in my life. She is receiving from like 8 a.m. to like last second. She's not
we literally did DC with her the other day at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
She's not.
I was literally
nominated.
like, yeah.
Katie is not nominating her. Alejandro didn't nominate her. Who's nominating her right now?
Do you think of everyone on this cast that's left from last week, does Venus have the most improved game?
I think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I actually can 100% agree with that.
I think getting on, like, she started off like really rocky in the game itself, like really slow. Like I don't think she was a priority, but she's like working her way up. I think she had to have like a wake up call, like, oh, like I need to get my shit together, or I'm gonna go home, sort of situation. And
I agree.
when she realized that and was like, all right, like this is game time, it's been working on her favor. And I know a lot of times it's like prioritize
100%. She became the new Risa. Where Risa was talking to everybody, her social game was good. I mean, she had Ryan, destroying it on the one side, but her social game was so good, right? Venus is the new Risa, in my opinion. Social.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's actually a fucking amazing comparison. I didn't think about that. Yes, I agree. She took Risa's spot.
Yep. I will say one thing. I asked Michael for his rankings now. I'm not too excited about his rankings, so I'm not even gonna say them.
I'll say him.
Because yet again, another one. Go ahead.
Another one.
Who?
Really? Michael, we were rooting for you.
I know, I take everything I said
Rooting
back.
for you.
I take it back 100%. Everything. He can go.
What did he do?
Daily in there.
Venus, Marcus, Mason, Daily, Emily.
Are you freaking
It's the
kidding
same
me,
people on
Michael?
every single person's.
Uh-huh.
The exact same people.
I can't
My
wait.
man. I mean, Vina is great, but every single one of the rest are no, that's terrible. No, absolutely not.
We all know who's playing the best social games, clearly.
What the fuck? It's true. Everyone fucking says. I feel like Mason, the combination of Mason, Marcus, Daly, and Emily are top 5 for everybody. At least
For
one of them.
everybody.
Yeah, at least one of them, except for maybe like Alejandro. But
I
So
can't.
when we
Michael, like you were
yeah,
I'm gonna do daily. No.
yeah,
I take back everything I said about you in this podcast.
I don't necessarily. I mean, at least he. But where did he go from saying that they were threats to they were in his top 5? Where did that happen?
I'll be honest with you. So what
Yeah.
happened in my head, what I think is,
Wait,
hold
why
on.
did Derek say afterwards that's his bottom play? Oh, that was response to Sam. Ugh. I had hope for a second.
So like, okay, next time we do this podcast, we'll be in jury. Who do you think left here is the least likely to make jury?
Brandy.
Let me look at this list again for.
Actually, Brandy can win comps. I
I
don't know.
don't. Okay, so like obviously it's gonna depend on who wins HOH, right? I think least likely I'm gonna say Brandy, Kristen. I don't know. I just don't feel like Aaron's making it. Something's telling
But
me.
is there like a
Yeah, my
different?
gut's bad on her too, man.
Is there
Huh?
a different format on Friday, or is it the same? Just like
It's this, but all in one night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so 4 people leave. So like this 2, and then 2 more.
The next two.
wow.
But then, the next 2, right? But then the
I think one of them gets to go to jury.
one goes to jury, the other one doesn't.
I'm asking Michael about what daily.
Ask him about fucking everybody on the trust. It's like some
I don't-
goodness.
I put him.
He's just like
I only put him there. Do you not think he is like the
he
weasel?
just. Where's that? What are they like so cute? Like I feel like he has that vibe, and I feel like a lot of people really buy into that. They always have. Every time I watch him play, it's I love Daly so much, even though Daly's stabbing him in the back. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm gonna stop this because my internet is literally I
Shut up.
missed the last like 30 seconds or whatever you guys were saying.
Oh,
Yeah, you're good, man.
No, but so we'll do this again next week, and we'll see who's in jury, and we'll be closer to like I feel like we're gonna have some shakeups, like not
Oh, yeah.
too much change.
We'll see.
I
Give
feel like
me-
I feel it in my soul. We're gonna have the shakeups.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We need some luck for that one.
Yeah.
Though.
Derek, give me 30
Yeah.
seconds because Venus is typing her top 5, and then we can. All right, I just wanna.
Okay,
still
Yeah,
cannot
no,
believe-
I'm very actually interested in this. I'm
No,
assuming
she's
Michael.
not saying. She says nobody other than Michael.
I mean, that's I mean, I can get on
I
board
guess
with
I
that.
like that better than.
Than Michael saying, "Oh, I like Daly and Emily and Mason."
She
and
also said
Marcus.
Katie. She said, I don't trust any of these bitches except for Michael and even Katie. I feel good she's HOH.
That's I
I
mean,
love-
Katie's a good ally, but Katie like loves Daly, and that's
Well,
not really
Katie,
the best read
Katie
either.
did say she's going to keep Venus safe, so that is a good read.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she might be a little bit expendable to Katie. You know, like you know what I mean? Not a.
Oh, she gave a top 5.
No, she did.
Katie, Michael, I guess Daly, and even Cody for now.
okay, so
For
Cody's
now.
popping up on a couple, and Aaron is nowhere to be seen.
Daly's the only one that probably has Aaron at some. I don't know, but we'll find out. I'll ask him later, and then.
We should have asked him.
But he's dropped. I'm pretty sure she's dropped. Like she's went in there complaining about her a couple times, so she's had to have dropped a little bit. Maybe she was number 2 at one point. She ain't number 2 anymore. No shot. Especially with Joanna gone, I think Mason definitely gets a nice boost.
So this has been a 2-hour podcast.
It has
One
again.
and a half.
Yes.
It's 1.5.
Oh wait.
Actually,
okay.
yeah, 1.5.
We started at like 40. Oh yeah.
55 minutes.
Okay, sure. So we will catch you all next week. But I guess this will all be dropping at once, so like you can just go watch that now.
Realistically, yeah. Go watch
Yeah.
that next episode. See you later.
We'll see you in the next
All right.
video.
All right, we'll talk later. Bye.
Let's see how raw.
Goodbye.